this book sitting on the bench, and it's a very interesting book. It's called Mastering the Voodoo of the Programming Kind by Frakash the Garden Gnome. This book seems to be full of different magical spells and tricks and advice for a computer programmer. And all that stuff about magic spells, it's all hocus pocus. I don't believe in it. But there's a recipe in here that reminds me of something my grandmother used to make, and I thought I would give it a try. And this one is called How to Fix a Broken Programmer's Heart. Now, isn't that interesting? If you have a broken heart, your designs will be rigid and your code will lack elegance. Follow the following magical spell and make some breaded cauliflower. It starts by saying, buy 2 cauliflower heads and bring them home in a green canvas bag. So I already done this, and I have it here. Hold 1 cauliflower and observe how happy it looks. Okay. Just cut up the cauliflower into florets and boil for 20 minutes. Okay, so take a knife. I'll cut it up into florets. There's a big pot to put them in. And now I'm gonna cover with water, and I'm gonna boil it for 20 minutes. The book tells me that the florets need to be firm and not overcooked. Okay.
Hello? Salut. Sunt eu.
I'm instructed to take 5 eggs and scramble them in a bowl. Tells me to add a bit of salt. Scrambled eggs with a fork. And it tells me to put 1 cup of flour in 1 plate. And 1 cup of breadcrumbs in another plate. Well, here's my cauliflower, which I boiled very lightly. It's still very firm. Now, it tells me, hold a floret between your fingers and notice how sad it looks because it's been separated from its sisters. Dip into flour and shake the excess and think about all the things that you need to get rid of from your life. Things that are no longer serving you. Okay? Thinking about all the things I need to get rid of. And it says, dip into the egg mixture and coat the whole floret. Imagine yourself being coated in yellow sunlight which enters your heart. on that. Next, dip into breadcrumbs and imagine how when you are bathed in the yellow light, you will attract the things that you want, the way breadcrumbs are attracted right now to your cauliflower. Okay, let's try another one. I'll take a nice big piece. I'll dip into flour. And then imagine all the things I want to get rid of from my life. And dip it with the egg mixture. Imagine that I am being bathed in sunlight. And I'm gonna dip into the breadcrumbs. Imagine that I'm attracting all the things that I want into my life. And I'll do that with all the florets. Here is all the coated cauliflower, which I've coated with flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs. And I've heated some oil in a big frying pan. I'm going to take each floret and fry it lightly in the oil. And the trick is to not to fry it too much, but rather just fry just a little bit on each side. So as soon as it's starting to brown just a little, I'm going to take it out, put it in my baking pan. I'm going to put some cauliflower in here and stacking them on top of each other in the baking pan is alright. Here's all the cauliflower that I fried up, and now, as the book tells me, I need to put in the oven and bake on medium heat for about an hour. Let's see what happens. I've left the cauliflower in the oven for half an hour. As you can see, it's all nice and brown. It looks really delicious and smells really fantastic. Now let's see what the rest of the magical spell tells us to do. Now look how happy and sunny the cauliflower looks. Yeah, it does look happy. Know that your heartache is in the process that transforms you from a raw vegetable into a delicious dish. You might think that you are being tortured, but the cosmic chef is giving you flavor so that you might become the lovely vitality of a human being. Interesting.